Join me as I experience my first 24 hours inside my newly converted camper van. Unfortunately, not everything goes to plan. We experience leaks, cook up a gourmet meal, and then get rudely awoken in the middle of the night. So put your feet up, get a brew on, and come along with me on my first night's camp. Good morning, campmates. The day has finally come. The first camp in my new camper van. Look at it. All nice and clean now. The work surfaces have been wiped down. We've also got a nice new, well, £1.50 washing up bowl in there. Got to keep it cheap, haven't we? I've been packing as I've been going. I've got a new cutlery drawer. I've got all the old things that I used to take camping with me. Got our carbon monoxide alarm. We've got our pan handles. What else we got in here? We've got some cutlery, some pots and pans, air fryer, kettle at the back. God, this feels good again. Packing a van for a camp. One thing though is very different about this van as opposed to the Renault Traffic that I've overlooked. So with the Renault Traffic, if you remember, if you've watched a few videos, it's quite a small van. So everything has its place. It's all packed in tightly, and I haven't got to worry about things rolling around too much or not being secure because like everything's secure in each other. I've got the water setup now installed. So we've got 20 litres of fresh water, 10 litres of wastewater, got a dustpan and brush in there as well. I've also adjusted these front pieces of wood just to make sure that that ain't gonna go anywhere while we're driving. Or at least I hope not. I guess we'll find out. I went a bit crazy at Dunelm the other day. We've got 2 pillows from the house. We've got some nice teddy fleece, king size bedding for our king size bed. I managed to get a special offer on a super king size brush cotton bottom sheet for £7. That's not too bad, is it? And we've got a 13.5 tog king size mattress to make what could well be the most comfortable camper van bed in the world. And the place that we're going to be camping tonight is a brand new spot that I've never been to before, just across the border between Shrewsbury and Welshpool. It's a lovely little quiet car park, and it's also, according to Park for Night at least anyway, which I'll put some information up here, not too far away for a nice little canal walk. So depending on what the weather's like, depending on what the ground's like when we get there, we might go for a nice little explore. And for tonight's dinner, I'm feeling like cooking a feast up. I'm not quite sure what we're going to have yet. One of our first stops, of course, is going to be my local Aldi, where I'll be getting some ingredients for tonight's dinner. I'm thinking if I can find a nice piece, some steak, mushrooms, fried asparagus, sweet potato fries in the air fryer. But without further ado, let's get this bedding on this bed, make it look a little bit more comfortable. Let's head down to Aldi to get some supplies for tonight's camp. I cannot tell you how good it is saying that. Hello, old friend. Here's me talking like I haven't been here in 3 months. I come here every week. One major upgrade though, I'm not having to stuff all my food on the front seat in that fridge that potentially was the reason why I got broken into that one time. So what have we got to get us started for our first camp? Let me give you a rundown. We have, let me get some light here. We have some sauces, of course, some asparagus for tonight's dinner, a little non-alcohol Nordic berry cider, Swedish cider should I add, to celebrate tonight's camp. We have our prime Wagyu beef that cost like 180 quid. Surprised actually that Aldi sell that. Oh yes, and for pudding, I picked up these jam and cream donuts. I'll go down those. And you know what? One thing that's become ever so apparent while packing this stuff away is the lack of storage that I've got in this van. In the Traffic, I had a slightly, well, probably about the same size unit, but half of it wasn't taken up by water storage. So we actually had more storage in the Traffic than we do in this van. At some point in the near future, I'm going to be fitting some overhead cupboards here. I'll probably have a whole strip here of storage. Hopefully this person doesn't bang their head if they're sitting down. I think I'll probably leave this area clear so when I'm looking in a pan, I don't crack my head open. And then I'm going to have a whole line of storage across the back of the bed there, because I'll be sleeping underneath, just underneath there, so it's not actually that high. And I'll probably leave here clear just to save me cracking my head open again when I want to stand up. But yeah, we've got to add a little bit more storage into this van. This is what I mean, it feels a little bit too big because everything's got enough space to rattle around and roll around the van, so there's a lot of things to think about already. Lessons to be learned, and don't get me wrong, I probably could have thought that I finished this build before going on the first camp, but I don't think you'd think about the little tiny things that are going to make your life easier unless you do go out and make yourself a little bit uncomfortable and go, ah yes, I do need that. Well, I'm definitely in Wales now. To hit the 20-mile-an-hour speed limits. What an absolute waste of time. I know I've said it before in previous adventures when we've crossed over the Welsh border, but it's like your vehicle doesn't know what to do. Should you be in second gear? Should you be in third gear? It's silly. Oh, we're off the beaten track now, ladies and gents.
Continue for half a mile.
And we haven't got a small vehicle anymore. Okay, we are 2 minutes away, 0.5 mile, half a mile away from our park up. And just while we head down to tonight's camp spot, here's a quick mention from today's video sponsor. Are you ready? Are you ready to save money with AliExpress? Yes, that's right, you heard me correctly. AliExpress is the sponsor of today's video and they have just launched their Team Up and Cashback feature. I'm proud to say that I've been using AliExpress for years along with some other camping friends that you've seen featured on the channel before. One of my latest finds is this 3x3 meter pop-up waterproof gazebo that I cannot wait to start using in the summer on some family camps. And AliExpress come up trumps because I couldn't find a waterproof pop-up gazebo of the same size for less than 100 quid. And I think this one was priced at about £50. So a little bit more about the Team Up and Cashback feature. When you join my team via the link in the description, you instantly get access to 2% cashback on all of your purchases. On top of that, the more you shop, the more points you can earn to be able to increase your cashback up to 10% with a maximum of £500. Joining my team is super simple. All you have to do is click the link below in the video description and download the AliExpress app. And if you're a fan of a bargain, you've probably ordered up the app on your phone. And then search Brendan in the AliExpress search bar, or you can simply use the QR code on screen now. You can even invite your friends and family to earn more cashback rewards. And as an added thank you from me, I've been able to wing all of these exclusive discount codes for you to be able to use on all of your AliExpress purchases. I'll also leave them in the link below. A big thank you to AliExpress for not only sponsoring today's video, but for saving me some cash over the years. Earn your cash back now by joining my team via the link in the description. Now back to the camp. 3-ton weight limit. Well, I know that we're under 3 ton. I mean, we're well under 3 ton now, to be fair, because we've taken all the tools out, so let's just have a look at how steep this bridge is. Oh, that looks sketchy. That looks sketchy. Right, is this it? Is this it? Oh, hang on a minute. This is it. This is it. This is it. We've got one camper here, we've got a 4x4. Let's do a little spin round, let's reverse in. Looks pretty flat and nice to me. Oh, that was close. Welcome to our first park up. What do we got here on this information board? I do love a good information board. Oh no. Do I dare give Welsh a go again? Anyone remember that trip me and Steve did in Pembrokeshire? Treff, Fac, Dac, Clusaf, Dos, Bath.
I know.
When I completely embarrassed myself with that native Welsh speaking lady. Here we are. Crosso mech wuftaf non al alwyd yum 1987 yin argri onwyd glancrid Hungary hen gamlas sugur gan dilwen. Yeah. Welcome. This reservoir, built in 1987, recreates the unique environmental conditions of a disused canal and conserves many of the plants and animals found in such places. Gradually, these species will colonise the artificial canal from the real one nearby. Here, they will be safe from disturbances by boats and you can enjoy them at leisure. So this looks like where we are now. And there's a nice little walkway down the back there, which I think I'll take advantage of in a minute. And then just over here, you've got some park benches, which will be lovely in the summer. And then what looks like some kind of, I think that is the canal, isn't it? I think we're going to be right by the canal. Let's just lock the van. I think we might have lucked out here, ladies and gents. It's starting to rain a bit though, so I'll have to get my anorak on. There we are. That's the canal. I don't know what canal. Shropshire Union Canal, maybe? I don't know. I don't know which canal this is. But yeah, we're right on the canal side. Not a bad little spot. Got a bench there to watch the boats go by. Most likely in the summer when people are out. Only stupid people come out in the winter, don't they? I'm going to get back from this walk in a bit. I've got my slippers there. Let's get my feet nice and toasty in the back here. That was the one thing that got really cold, even when I was in the traffic with the diesel heater on, was because heat rises, your feet get absolutely freezing. Right, let's go for a wander. Well, I can happily report that there's absolutely zero signs here saying that you can't camp, from what I can see anyway, that are obvious to the eye. So I will leave the what 3 words down here if you guys fancy coming here and having a nice little night canal side. Right, let's go for a wander, shall we? That way, or that way. Let's go across here. God, it feels so good to be out, smelling that fresh air. Been stuck on my driveway at the industrial estate for God knows how long now, building out that camper van. And to say I'm relieved to be out, walking around the woods, got the camper van just in the distance there, would be an understatement. I think I've pretty much got this place to myself as well. But apart from those people that are in what looks like a converted horse box, with all the windows blacked out. I mean, they could be inside, they could be off for a walk, I don't know. I can't hear anything. But yeah, nice little quiet spot. The van in the distance has been more or less in view throughout the duration of this walk, so if you're not that fit, which I am not, should I add, since spending a few months off converting that van, I haven't been out, haven't been hiking, haven't been going up certain hills, etc. I need to up my cardio again, I think. I'm sure you've been watching these videos of late thinking, my Christ, Brendan's got a lot bigger. All that drilling, all that lifting, all that wood chopping. He is absolutely massive. How does he get himself on shots when he's filming with the camera? How does he get himself in that shot? Because he is bloody huge. It is gorgeous round here though. Looks very muddy and murky, which it is. But in the summer, I can imagine this being a lot more inviting. Yeah, we've got some life. That horse box just saw a light flickering through, so they're awake. Seems to be a few more things going on around my van now. I think we'll take a left up to the canal. Gonna have a little sit down on that bench for a bit and just watch what happens over the next 5 or 10 minutes. How friendly are our neighbours? A little bit of stealth scouting. Could always advise that if you've got people around you prime example of that would be when me and Adam T Outdoors, we did a camping Cannock chase. I don't know if you guys have watched that video, but I set him a challenge to put a pineapple on his front windscreen through the night, because we tried to stay initially at one of the UK's most notorious you-know-what spots. They didn't go to plan, so it's always worth just sitting about for a bit, not getting into the back of the van, not trying to set up camp. Don't start putting your dinner on just yet. I'm hungry, don't get me wrong, I could eat food right now, but I'm just gonna stick around here for a little bit. And the car's got its lights on, it's got its engine running, so I can't see a reason why they would stick around for too much longer. Well, our friends in the pickup truck are leaving, which leaves me and the horse box. 5:15. I think that calls for us to get in the van, put the diesel heater on, get the old slippers on, and I'll probably just sit in the van with the diesel heater on, get the curtains closed, give ourselves a little bit of privacy. Oh, do you know what? I can't tell you how nice it is to be saying these words after so long of not camping, especially in the new van as well. So we'll get in the van, put the slippers on, and I'll probably take a minute or two just to sit in the van and look around me and just take in what we've achieved, because you're involved in this as well. I wouldn't have been able to get a van that size converted the way that I have without you guys watching, so thank you, I really appreciate it. Definitely need a mat for my boots. Oh, look at that. Oh, I have to clean that all out when I get back as well. Hey, and we're in. I've missed saying that as well. And we're in, and they're off. Right, okay. Diesel here. Just make sure that fridge is cold first. I don't have the squits in a couple of days. I don't know actually. Is it cold? It feels pretty cold to me. Yeah, there's ice at the back. That's got to be cold. We'll soon find out in the morning when the bacon's turned brown, and my pants will probably do the same. It feels very strange and surreal walking down the aisle. It's massive. I'm not used to this. Should we draw the blinds, sir? Draw the drapes? That's what they say, don't they, in posh circles? Should we draw the drapes, sir? Time to draw the drapes, is it, sir? Yes, it is, Jeeves. Doesn't feel right being able to stand up in a van. I know I've had this van for some time now, but working on it, putting things together in it, getting on your hands and knees, sorting your unit out, etc., with the sink, it's very different to camping in it. Now that I've got my slippers on, my feet are nice and warm, it's just a completely different feeling being in this van out on a camp as opposed to building it. A good feeling there, I had. A very good feeling. Oh, we got a neighbour. We have a neighbour. What's he doing? Is he parking next to me, is he? Yeah, I think so. Must be a popular little spot, this one. I was thinking, just before I got this stove out, I was going, oh no! I've forgotten my gloves! How am I going to cook without any gloves? But then I realised, don't worry, Brendan, you've got a sink to wash your hands up in. You've got some soap that you bought from Aldi. You can be hygienic now. Our sweet potato fries tonight are going to be cooked with my little mini 900 watt air fryer. Oh, we've got our first moth in here. Our first moth. Got it. You know what? It's so nice
Having all this space here, being able to stand up properly, room here to put things on, room behind me to put things on, a proper work surface with running water to be able to wash my hands. It feels a little bit like I'm cooking at home. It's nice, it's really nice. And making a reappearance on the channel, of course, the tried and tested, ye old faithful. Oh crap. Shouldn't close that drawer too hard, should I? Sorry about that. Hope your head's alright. Just give it a little rub, eh? Anyway, what's making an appearance again tonight is my trusty Ridge Monkey. I have had this since the car camping days. My goodness, we have cooked some nice meals on this thing. We've cooked fajitas, we've cooked paninis, we've cooked toasties, we've cooked burger wraps. We've cooked a lot of things on this Ridge Monkey, and it is showing its age now. A bit of olive spread on there. Oh yeah, look at that! Right, let's get this steak wrapped up so it's nice and hot. Right, okay, how are we getting on with this? I would say that is done. Let's get our steak out. Let's get that plated up. And our side dish, asparagus and mushrooms. And let's take this to the dining area. I never thought I'd be saying that. Oh my God. What? What? Thank you, everyone. You've made this all possible, and I hope over the last couple of years I've been able to bring a smile to one or two faces. It makes a big change, you know. Sitting down on an actual chair and having a proper table in front of you to eat your dinner. It's a big change. That was absolutely incredible. Let's see how easy it is to wash up in this camper van, shall we? Alrighty, we got our first problem of the evening. We've been learning a few lessons, but this is our first proper problem. We have a leak underneath our sink because that's all wet down there. And before I start tackling all that dirty washing up, I've got some emergency masking tape just to try and put round that U-bend there. It's not leaking from there, it's leaking at the bend, which is really weird. So I can only think that this pipe here that goes into the waste has split a little. I tell you what, there's a fair bit of waste in there now. Look at that. Wow, that fills up quick. Wow, that's 5 litres already we've used just by washing our hands. That soon goes. I'm glad I checked on that. It's going to be a very crude repair. Yeah, we're going to leave the washing up for tonight. If we haven't got a functioning drainage system, then I'm afraid I'm going to have to take that home with me. Work surface now clean. Stephen Hendry's Q-tips now on. Washing up. Still not washed up. Time to get this van ready for bed. The one thing I think I've been looking forward to most is seeing what this bed looks like. With all the bedding on, the pillows there, it extended out, and just feeling it and going, oh, good night. Let's see how easy it is, shall we? So that goes up there. Let's do this bottom end first while we're here, stood up. So still not taking too much time, which is good. Get myself on here. Oh, it does work. No, it does work. We're in. Okay, that's our bed sheet. That down there. There we are. Bed is made. That wasn't too much fuss at all, to be fair. I'm quite happy with that. What time are we on? 10 o'clock. I think we've done pretty well tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We had a nice dinner, found a beautiful park up, been to Aldi to get our supplies, got to check that off the list, and now we're going to spend a nice night with a slight, ever so slight pitter-patter of raindrops on the roof in some teddy fleece bedding with a diesel heater on. I'm nearly sweating. And before I forget, pudding in bed. I don't mind if I do. Oh. Can you hear that? Now that I can fall asleep to. And I am in. Look at the size of this bed. What the hell? This is mental. And I'm sweating here. I'm going to keep that heater on though, even if I have to open a vent, just so I can see how much fuel it uses overnight. I need to know. But my God, it has been a good night tonight. Great park up, nice neighbours either side of us, the horse box, the VW. Yeah, no noise, just coming here, parked up for a nice quiet evening by the canal side. Lovely little spot this. I'll be coming back here again, especially on a road trip heading into Wales. This is a nice little pit stop, I think. Our quiet evening is not to be. Because my neighbours have decided to start running their engine. God knows what time in the morning. Welcome back. It was a little bit too good to be true, wasn't it? Engine's been running now for about 20 minutes or so. Only thing I think of is that they don't have a diesel heater and they're running their vehicle heaters to try and keep them warm because it is bloody cold out there. -2, I'll have you know. Or they're trying to charge their batteries with a DC to DC charger. Either way, I can't flipping sleep, so fingers crossed they sort out whatever the hell they're doing soon and I can get some sleep. Hour and a half. And I suspect now at this point that they're going to be running their engine all night because that is their source of heat. I really wanted a good night's sleep for my first camp. Everything has gone so well. I'm just going to have to grin and bear it and try and sleep through that. I will see you in the morning and I'll give you more updates and a report about how the rest of my night went. Cool, that's one thing I remember. Turn the lights on in the morning. Bing! Good morning! There they are. Oh, Christ. Oh. I definitely need some mood lighting in here. Oh, can't be having them burning my corneas every morning. Oh. Anyway. Good morning. Oh. What a night. What a night. Oh, Christ. Next door, when I spoke to you in the middle of the night, eventually turned their engine off at about 4 o'clock in the flipping morning. I've had very little sleep. No complaints about the quality of the bed, the bedding, The heat inside the van, the diesel heater's still on. That's ticking away, that's got no problems. The carbon monoxide levels throughout the night stayed at 0. I regularly check that because I was woken up multiple times. And that's it. And it's also going to be a wet whitewash this morning. I was really looking forward to a proper wash in the bowl, get the bowl over, put some hot water in it. Can't drain it now though. It's just starting to break now. Chucking it down out there though. Don't really fancy braving it. The idea was to go to that bench and have a lovely little conversation with you this morning while I nibble on my porridge, but I think that plan's out the window. Dark, gloomy, wet and muddy. Yeah. What's for breakfast this morning? We have got sweet cinnamon flavour protein oats to increase that bulk size. Am I in shot? Am I? Or am I too big? Am I too big? Could be too big to be in that shot that close. As I mentioned earlier on in the video, what 3 words down here to this spot? It is a lovely location. 2 campers next to me. Apart from running their engine, they were very quiet in the night. Seems to be a popular spot. I can only imagine it's probably more popular in the summer. We've got some changes to make to this van. We've got some repair work to do on the sink. We've got to lower this bed at some point because now that we've got the foam on it, it sits a little bit high. And we also need to upholster that foam because I don't want to do what I did in the Traffic, which is just leave it as foam. I want it to look nice. So if you've got any suggestions on upholsterers, preferably local to Shropshire, then please drop a comment below as well. And yeah, I guess I'll see you on the next adventure. Whether we do a little bit of a modification to this van before the next trip, or whether we do the next trip before the modifications, I don't know yet. But thank you so much for watching again, and I will see you in the next video. And just one more quick update before I go. I've just realised I haven't got to get out of the van to get in the driver's seat anymore. Win! I'll see you next time.